Hiya, welcome to Darren in the Studio. A big thank you, of course, for taking the time to swing by and visit us here in our little humble studio. Of course, this is going to be the Christmas special video, if you like. But first, before we get into checking out some Christmas stuff, I wanted to genuinely thank everybody for all their comments, views, likes, subscribes, and just everybody that's ever watched some of my videos, because it's obvious people watch your videos and don't subscribe, and that's fine, that's cool. But it's been since March of 2023, March of this year, when I started making videos here on YouTube. It's been so great. I can't express how brilliant it really has been. The response, and it's just been fabulous, and it really has genuinely made me feel emotional at times. You know, it's a wonderful thing that you folks have done, you know, by sort of subscribing and commenting and watching and all that kind of stuff. It's brilliant. Love it. Thanks for that. So I'm hoping this won't be the last video of 2023. I intend to do our December roundup of things that have been acquired, let's say, throughout December, but hoping to do that more towards the end of this month. Today, as this is being recorded, it is Christmas Eve 2023 here in the UK. So, of course, I would like to extend my sincere best wishes for the new year ahead, 2024. And of course, we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas from here in the studio. I've got my Christmas hat on, and this bauble probably gonna annoy me a little bit. But what we're doing is we're looking through some Christmas things. And when I first wanted to do this video and thought to myself, you know, what can I get out of the collection? I thought, oh, this is going to be really hard because I don't have that much stuff when it comes to Christmas or Christmas related. And when I went through the collection, I suddenly realized, hang on a minute, I've got loads of stuff. So what I've done is, I couldn't get it down to 10. You know, I usually like to do 10 things, 10 items. Couldn't do it this time. So I think we've got 19 things here. So what I'm going to do is, hopefully this video won't be a Netflix series. We'll try and keep it to about 20 minutes, all right? So we're already 3 minutes plus in, all right? So let's start. All these things have a Christmas connection. Most of them, of course, pretty obvious what the Christmas connection is. Albums, CDs, vinyl. There's a couple of EPs in here as well. We're going to start at A. They're all in alphabetical order. We're going to start at A. And I'm going to start with this from AC/DC. I know what you're thinking. Hang on a minute, Darren, what are you on about? This is AC/DC's Money Talks EP. I think this was about 86 this came out. No, I'm wrong. 1990 this came out. Still got the nice little paper insert inside there. This is the EP 12-inch picture disc of, like I said, Money Talks. But on the B side, it's got 2 tracks, Borrowed Time and Mistress for Christmas. AC/DC's Christmassy kind of track, which was originally released on the Razor's Edge album. So that's the first one of our Christmas stuff. I've got to rifle through these, or else we're going to end up, like I say, with a video which is really long. Next one, we're talking Band-Aid, of course. This single went to #1, what, 85, something like that, 84 in the UK. Absolutely massive record, and it's still one of the biggest Christmas singles of all time. This is an original 7-inch single from when it first came out. I think it was 84. I'm sure it's 1984. It is 1984. This is an original single, and the reason I picked this up, and I've not had this for very long, the reason I picked this up is because it's in such great condition. Usually you feed these singles all the time, to be fair, but this is in such great condition. It's almost like it's just come out of the shop, and I put this extra inner sleeve in it to keep it nice. Band-Aid, Do They Know It's Christmas? 1984, backed with Feed the World, which is just all these people, or some of these people, sort of wishing people a Merry Christmas and stuff like that. Next up, we're talking The Man in Black. Always good at Christmas though, Mr. Johnny Cash. This is a nice little reissue album compilation that came out only a few years ago, 2016 this came out. Collection of Johnny Cash's Christmas recordings from his sort of TV shows and other Christmas albums. Some really nice stuff on here. It starts off with a piece on side A called Opening Dialogue, and it's the opening dialogue from the Johnny Cash Family album from 1972, where he just talks about Christmas, and it's great. This is out on the the Sony Legacy label through Columbia. Nice little reissue, 2016. Johnny Cash, Christmas, There'll Be Peace in the Valley. Next up, this is the oldest of everything that I have here, and this is one of those things that I wanted for ages and ages and never saw it. And I very rarely look at 78s. I very rarely look at old 78s. Because, well, a lot of the stuff on there I'm just not interested in, but I wanted this one, and this is one of two copies that I've got, and this one, if you can see that or not. Can you see what that is? That'll pause the video. This is Bing Crosby's White Christmas on the Brunswick label, 1950 something. I think this came out. It doesn't say on it when it came out, but I'm sure it's around 1954ish, something like that. This is a nice little English pressing. It's even got the original paper sleeve that it came with. Beautiful condition. Nice little 78 record. I don't play them because I don't have a 78 stylus on my any of my turntables. I must get one actually, in case I pick up any. I've got a few 78s, sort of some Jim Reeves things. And like I say, I've got two copies of this because I found this. I thought, well, that's a nice little bind. And then a few weeks later, I went and found another one, and it was only a couple of quid, so I picked that one up as well. So, nice little 78 of Bing Crosby's White Christmas. Next up, completely different from Bing Crosby. All right, totally going the other way here. These are the Mac Lads. This is Jingle Bells. This came out, I'm guessing, sort of early 90s, because it's got Philip Fast Fret McCavity on it. Let's see if it says when it came out. 1989, back end of the 80s. The Mac Lads, Jingle Bells. Obviously this could never ever get played on any of my radio shows, but it's nice to have. Nice little 7-inch single on the Renegades Records label. Mac Lads, Jingle Bells. Next up, someone who's had lots and lots of Christmas releases, and we're going to feature some of them now. I think this is probably Elvis's second Christmas album. This is a nice little Camden RCA UK pressing of Elvis's Christmas album. From 90, it probably says on when this was issued. It says on it 1963, so this would be Elvis's first Christmas album, wouldn't it? And then it says 1970 on the other side. And the reason it says that, I'm guessing, I should have preempted here, this is a nice little mispress. If you saw my video, which is called Mistakes, don't watch this video because it's full of mistakes. I featured this. This is a mispress. This is Elvis's Christmas album, and it plays correctly. And Elvis's Christmas album came out in 1970, like I just said. But the reason I got confused with 63 is because it's got the wrong label on one side. That says there's 12 songs of Christmas by Jim Reeves. But like I said, it does play as the Elvis album. I have another copy of this, which is not a mispressing, but I thought I'd show you that. Nice little mispress of Elvis's Christmas album, which originally came out in 1970. So yes, it would have been Elvis's second Christmas album, I think. Elvis Christmas album. A confusing version. Also Elvis, I wanted to highlight this one as well. This is a nice little album that came out 2008, I think that says, of duets that were recorded, that they sort of re-recorded, obviously. This includes, as the cover, Elvis Presley, Christmas duets. Martina McBride's on here, Carrie Underwood, Leanne Rimes, Winona Judge, Sarah Evans, Amy Grant, Gresham Wilson, Karen Fairchild and Kimberly Schliemann, Anne Murray, Olivia Newton-John, and then there's 3 tracks of 2008 remixes. So from 2008, Elvis Presley's Christmas Duets. Nice little album, this. If you get a chance to pick this up, then do so. I think this is an import. I think, because I think it's quite rare in the UK. Although it does say made in the EU, so I might be talking absolute garbage there. I don't know. Elvis Christmas Duets. Another Elvis album, which is a really, really nice album, and they did, the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, of course, has put out a couple of Elvis albums now of re-recorded music with Elvis featured, and this was the Christmas album that they did. I've got this on vinyl as well, but the vinyl version doesn't include as many songs. This album, I think, has got like 3 extra tracks, something like that. Elvis Presley, the Christmas, Elvis at Christmas with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. A lot of good songs on here. The bonus tracks, like I said, well, there's 4 actual bonus tracks on this album. If you haven't heard the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra recordings that they have done with Elvis, then do so. I hope they put out some more. Good stuff. Next up, a bit of a classic which was reissued. I don't have an original of this, but this is the original probably 1992-ish Queen single. This is the original gift slipcase that it came in. This is Queen's A Winter's Tale, which is from the Made in Heaven album, which I always thought was a beautifully sort of Christmassy record. And it opens up like this, and the discs just fell out, so we'll get that. There's the disc, and it's got Freddie's original handwritten lyrics printed on it. Winter's Tale. The reason I wanted to show you this is because it's also got Queen's single on it, Thank God It's Christmas, which is track 2, which would be what, 1984 time, I think, 84, 85, something like that. I love Thank God It's Christmas by Queen. It's one of my favourite Christmas records. But this is a nice little 90s, 1995 reissue of Thank God It's Christmas and A Winter's Tale. Good stuff. Next up, a bit of a rock and roll band, of course. This is a nice little 12-inch single double A side, put out in the late 80s, I'm guessing, 87-ish. Yes, it is 1887, on the Beggars Banquet label. This is the Ramones with their I Wanna Live 12-inch single. But it's a double A side with Merry Christmas, I Don't Wanna Fight Tonight, which is another great little rock Christmas record. Like I say, this is an original 1987 pressing on the Geffen, on the Beggar's Banquet label. Ramones, double A side, I Want to Live, with Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight, the extended version. Next up, a nice little original Jim Reeves Christmas album. Now, they've reissued Jim Reeves's Christmas stuff numerous times, but this is the original 1963 Jim Reeves Christmas album, the 12 songs of Christmas. This is a nice little rare original red spot version on the RCA label. You see there? I've got about 4 versions of this album, sort of on vinyl and CD and all sorts of things. This is a really nice record because it's not just got the classic sort of jingle bells and things like that on it. It's got some really different sort of things like Senor Santa Claus, the Old Christmas Card, Merry Christmas Polka, or Come All Ye Faithful and Silent Night. It does go into some traditional stuff. Nice little record this. If you ever see this in a charity shop, and you will, pick it up. 12 Songs of Christmas from Jim Reeves. Next up, What Would Christmas Be Without Slade? Exactly, nothing. And here's a nice little original 1973 Merry Christmas Everybody, with the hole punched out in the middle. So I'm guessing this was a jukebox record. 1973, they pressed these 7-inch singles 1,000,000 times. I don't know whether this is an original. I don't think it is. It says S1 and S2 on it. So I'm guessing they sort of pressed it A, B, C, D, you know, and so on. Merry Christmas Everybody, Slade, absolute classic. Comes on the B side with a song called Don't Blame Me. Next up, a Christmas song that you never hear on the radio, and it's not a bad record. This is Squeeze and their Christmas single from 1979. This is called Christmas Day. Nice little A&M original. 7-inch. Squeeze, Christmas Day. It comes on the other side with Going Crazy, which often happens on Christmas Day. Next up, this is a good one, and I featured this on the channel not that long ago. This is Mark Bolan's Mark Bolan and T-Rex, the Solid Gold Easy Action single from 1972. This is a nice little original 1972 pressing with the original sleeve and really nice condition. And the reason I've chosen to feature this is because you're probably thinking, hang on a minute, what's he on about? This is not Christmas. I'm guessing that this single, Solid Gold Easy Action, was issued towards the end of 1972 because the beginning of Solid Gold Easy Action has a special message from Mark Bolan on it for Christmas, and I'm going to play it for you. I'm not going to put this on the turntable. I've got it on the computer, but to play it, it means I've got to go out of shot a little bit. All right, so hang on a minute and let me just go out of shot and I'll play it for you.
This is Mark Bolan here. I'd like to wish you all a super funk Christmas and a golden new year. Yeah!
Nice one. T-Rex, 1972, with a little Christmas message on the front. Featured this band quite a lot on the channel over the last year. This is When Rivers Meet, and this is their Christmas single that came out 2022, and they've reissued it for this year. When Rivers Meet, Christmas is Here. It has 2 tracks on it, Christmas is Here and It's the Time of the Year. Nice little Christmas track from When Rivers Meet. I'm hoping to see When Rivers Meet live next year. I really like their stuff. Next up, rifling through these, this is another album that you will have seen me feature on the channel. And this isn't mine. This is my partner Marina's record, but I bought it for her. It was just a bit of a joke, really. This is the Wombles Christmas Party. This is on the Pickwick label through Hallmark, which here in the UK was like a budget label. And there's some sort of controversy about this album because Mike Batty, who sort of conceived the Wombles, of course with the Wombles getting together with him, he says that on Discogs there's a bit of a hoo-ha about that. He doesn't think it's the original versions on this album. Now we've played it through and we think these are the original versions on this album. If you know different, then let me know. The Wombles Christmas Party, of course, Wombling Merry Christmas is on it. But this is an odd little thing, because if you look at side 1 and side 2, they list side 2 first and then side 1, but it's the other way around. That should be over here and that should be over here. The Wombles Christmas Party. Next up, a genuine Christmas album, that's for sure. This is Dwight Yoakam's Christmas album. Love me a bit of Dwight Yoakam. Come On Christmas. This is, I'm sure this is early 90s. No, it's not early 90s. It's 1997 this came out. Produced by Pete Anderson, who did a lot of the Dwight Yoakam stuff. Come On Christmas. Got some good stuff on here. You can see how we're getting through these. Going to finish with a couple of compilations. And they're very different compilations. This one, again, like the Wombles album, this isn't mine. This is my partner Marina's album. This is We Wish You a Medal Christmas and a Head-Banging New Year. This is out on the Armory label. You've got to check this out. This has got a lot of great people on it. It's basically Christmas songs done heavy metal. Lemmy's on here. Alice Cooper is on here. Billy Gibbons is on here. Dave Grohl's on here. A lot of big stars on here. Ronnie James Dio, Tony Iommi, Steve Lukather, George Lynch, Jeff Tate. If you find this, check it out because it's a great album. It really is. Bob Kulick and Bruce Kulick are also featured on this album as well. We Wish You a Medal Christmas. Next up, and finally, because we're now running at 22.5 minutes, this is Jingle All the Way, Classic Christmas. This is out on the In Tempo label, which was a label that sort of reintroduced a lot of old music on vinyl a few years ago. This is a beautiful little press. I picked this up at a supermarket, a budget supermarket. I think it only cost me about £3. And the vinyl on it and the quality of the cover is absolutely superb. This is a nice little black vinyl of it, but it's, you know, 180 gram, really nice. Got a poly-lined sleeve, getting a bit vinyl community for you there. The cover's really nice. You know, the cardboard stock that they've used is absolutely beautiful, and this has got some absolute Christmas classics. Most of them are sort of from the 40s and 50s. White Christmas, Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole, Elvis Presley, Dinah Washington, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons, Johnny Cash, Harry Belafonte, Dean Martin, Johnny Mathis, another one from Frank Sinatra, Brenda Lee, Dean Martin, Everly Brothers, Johnny Mathis, Perry Como and the Fontaine Sisters. And I like the sleeve. Looks like me with a Christmas hat on. Jingle All the Way, Christmas classics. Nice little album, this. Good stuff. That is it for our Christmas special. Like I say, it's Christmas Eve as I'm recording this, so I'm going to upload it today. And like I said earlier, I wanted to wish you a very Merry Christmas, an absolutely fabulous New Year. March 2024 will see me 1 year on YouTube, and it would be absolutely fabulous if you do watch the channel that you could like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. Again, like I said at the beginning of the video, I wanted to express my sincere gratitude for everybody that's ever liked, subscribed, you know, made a comment, or even just watched and regularly watches. It really means a lot. So have a very, very Merry Christmas and a very prosperous and happy 2024. We'll see you soon. Ta-da.